we have to change component. Now question is why we extend the component? Because inside the component class, all the life cycle functions are exist. That life cycle function is going to help you to execute your code step by step. Okay. Now we have seen one function called constructor. Under the constructor, using this dot set state, we created the variable called counter. We store the value 100. Using render function, we are printing that where we have used this dot counter is this dot state dot counter. So this dot state dot counter is a simple object. It is storing under the state array, and that state array. So we are calling here array name dot your particular object name. It will give the value. Array name dot particular object name. It will give the value. Okay. Next, we want to change the value of counter. So how to change? You cannot change directly. You have to call a function called set state. Using the set state, we can change the value of a state variable. Counter becomes a state variable. It is not a simple variable. You cannot change the value of counter. You have to use the function called set state. Yes. Now come, we'll go inside and we'll create a button here. Button called click here to plus by 10. One button. Another button. Click here to minus by 10. On click equal to call the function. Okay, on click C will be capital. On click C will be capital. Call the function 1. Even here function you are not going to call in double quote directly. You have to call this dot function 1. This dot function 1. On click equal to this dot 2. Okay, operator. Now come up. You have to create two functions using the fat arrow method. Function 1 equal to something like this. Put inside alert by high. Hello. Keep the function 2 here. Okay. Check now. Button click alert is coming or not? Coming. Hi. Second button click again. Hello. So we got two function. Now based on this function, we will change the value of this. First button click, it will do some changes. Second button click, it will do some changes. Go inside now. First function is saying, first function says, if you click the counter will be plus by how much? 10. So we can go here and we can write inside this dot set state. This dot set state. Set state is a function of your class component or state management. Using that, you can change the value of a state variable. Set state, inside the set state, you have to call your variable that is called counter colon. You have to update with the new value. That is called this dot state dot counter plus 10. Okay, this dot state dot counter plus 10. Semicolon will not come here. Now let's go and click on button. See the number is increasing. Set state is a case sensitive function. Counter your variable. So inside the counter, you are increasing the value by 10. Let me come to the browser. Click on button, increasing. You are changing the value of state variable. Now how that value is changing? Let me come down. Go to the render. Render, under the render, you keep a alert. This dot state dot counter. So whenever you click on first button, alert will come, and first alert will show you the updated value. First the alert will show you the updated value. Hope ready? Every button click, alert is coming or not? Whenever you do the click, alert will come. See, 100 is here. When I click on first button, first alert will come. Says 110. Okay, 110. If I do okay, then it will increase here. Again, once I click here, will become 120. First in alert. Then it will display here. Whenever we click, if you look inside the code, you are not calling render function anywhere. Are you calling render function? Button click, first button click you did. Under the first button click, you are calling the function one. That is here, function one. Now we are not calling anywhere render. How the render is getting executed? Page reload will happen, that you saw. After that, when you are clicking here, is the page reload? No. Whenever I click on this button, page is getting reload, is not getting reload. So what is the functionality? Functionality is whenever you change the value of a state variable, so at this place what you are doing, you are changing the value of a state variable. Whenever we change the value of a state variable, the render function will get called automatically. Whenever we change the value of a state variable, render function will call automatically. And once render function will call, then whichever the value is changed, that will reflect here. In browser, it is changing, it is not changing automatically. It is calling this function. Which function? Render function. Render function is calling, then only this value is getting changed. Okay? Right? Hope clear. Whenever this is the counter is the state variable, whenever you do the changes under the state variable, whenever you do the changes under the state variable, your the render function will get called. And you cannot change the value of a state variable manually. You must have to call through the set state function only. And using set state function, if you change the value of any variable using set state function, if you change the value of any state variable, render function will get called automatically, and whatever the changes you have made, it will reflect in your browser. Whichever the changes you have made, it will reflect in your browser. That is the functionality of render function. Now come alert will remove from here. Go to the second one. Inside the second one, write again. Put -10. Then see. First button, second button click. Both button click is working on it. Clear? See now. When you click on minus, it will be minus by 10. When you click on plus, it will be plus by 10. Happening. Now we want to create another variable to understand how many times the user has clicked. User has clicked 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. How many times the user is clicked? Okay. Create a variable again here. Click :0. Or you can keep here called total click. Total click as a 0. Total click as a 0. Okay, total click equal to 0. Now come down inside the page and display here. The class component is working. You can remove that and write here call total clicks are total clicks are this dot state dot total click. this dot state dot total click. Whether you click on plus button or minus button, the click will happen. State management. State management. Set state. And this dot state. Okay, hope ready. Come down. It should say total click 0 by default. Total clicks is R0. Click here. Oh, click is not increasing because we have not worked with the click. Go there in the first function. First function. Click comma. Come down below. Total click. Total click plus colon. This dot. Total click plus 1. Below also. Comma. This dot code total click plus. So whether you click on the plus or minus, no problem. Every time it will increase by ready. Number is increasing. Oh, it says nan. Why nan? Okay, this dot total click we cannot get. No, this dot state we have to write here. This dot state dot total click. This dot state dot total click. Because to access any variable from state you cannot access directly. You must have to write this dot state. Data is coming. Counter is increasing or not? Hmm? Yes, okay. So the counter will get increased. How many times we click, that many times the number will increase. So suppose we click 10, 11 times here, 10, 11 times here, no problem. Whichever the number we click, that will come. So this is called how you are playing with the state variable. So to change the value inside the state variable, which function we have to use? To change the value variable and change the value of a state variable, we have to use the set state. And whenever we remember the value, whenever we change the value of a state variable, render function will get called automatically. Whenever we change the value of a state variable, render function will get called automatically. Okay. Right. Let's go ahead next. In the same file. In the same file now, create one array also. Go to the state variable. Next, after that comma, right here called item. Item colon array. So inside the state we can create array also. We can create the boolean variable also. We can create anything inside the array. Everything is possible. Inside the array we can create everything. Array, non-array, boolean, non-boolean, everything. Hope it is ready. Array, store some value inside. Suppose call apple, orange, grapes, banana, papaya, Okay, hope ready. Now come down below. After the button, write H2 available items. This dot, this dot, item dot. Yeah, it will give you total how many elements are available inside the array. Total how many elements are available inside the array. Ready? Available items are how many? 5. Now we can use the map function here again. This dot state dot item list. This dot state dot item. This dot state dot item dot map. Name of the item, index of the item. Name of the item, index of the item. Return paragraph name. For paragraph, you have to keep the key index ID. We are creating a unique ID for all the paragraph. Ready? List is happening. So how to read the data from array, how to read the variable, how to update the state variable, correct? How to create the state variable, all we saw in the one example. Let me know, working, not working, any error, any type of error. Okay, we'll create the next component now. Class 2.js. Next component under the class folder. Under the class folder, we will create the next file. Class 2.js. Inside that, you have to import again. Comma component from React. Write a class, class 2 extends component. Export different come inside, use the constructor super this dot state equal to after that come inside, create a array book list. Create a new array, new book. Create one more message by default message. Enter book name. Then following not required. Ready? Come down below. Use the render function. Here you can add some book list also. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, SQL, Node.js. Okay, hope ready. Inside the render now. We can use a division as a parent element, but it must be within the return. Return div. Next one, book list. Create a table below. Head, tr, th, book id, book name, action. Okay, hope ready. Now come below. We need to print the list of books in a table. Then we'll add the new book. T body you will write. We will use here for map function. This dot state dot book list dot map. Name of the book and of the book. Index. For tr you have to write key equal to index. Name and one button also to delete. Okay, hope ready. Let's come to that file. Which file? App.js. Add in the routing and check once. Is it following or not? Ready? Come to the app.js. Class 2 file. Return the code. Okay. Next, after that, come to the app.js file. You can import here. Class 1 I have written. Here I have written my class 1. My class 2 I guess I have written. Yeah, my class 2 I have written. Class 1, my class 1, my class 2. Okay, hope ready. Check now. Class 2 is coming. In that you have list of data like this. Please let me know. Page is running. So I will guide you. Hmm? Here is our output. So I will guide you. That minor mistakes sometimes. Navigation is coming, but they have not given the link properly. Keep left here. What is the link here? Class 2. My class 2. There what I input? My class 2. Class 2. Here what is given? Class 2. Spelling is given. Spelling. Modify here only. Run and then go. Class 2. Class 2. CLA Yes. Class 2 here what we have? CLA class 2. Save it. Come to browser again. Click on the link. Go to that page. Class 2.js file. The return have written inside the render. This dot state dot booklist dot map. Return tr. Come down. Come down. My class 2 go up. Come to browser. Right click. Inspect element. Click on the three dots. Click this. Maximize this. Click on these three dots. Click this one. Middle. Scroll. Go scroll. Scroll. I want to see other person. Refresh the page. Come to your header file, the app.js file. Link is capital open close, capital open close. match leaf root location class 2. This is not and this is mean that something I made some mistake. Here. N, you have written N. Element, you have written element. Yes, slowly. Yes. Thank you. So both are working. Now in this array, this data is coming from the state. We will create a text box here. When we click on that, it will add a new element inside the state. From there, before table, write a paragraph. Inside that, print that this dot state dot this dot state dot message. We will create another paragraph. In the book. Input type equal to text. Okay, inside that, now we'll create one text field is ready. Enter book name. Okay, hold on. No need to create the double paragraph. In one paragraph, we can manage. Enter book name. By default, message is coming. The message is coming by default. Enter book name. From there, from where? From the state. Create a button after that. Okay, now for that we required a function. to take the value of a text box. You have to write a function here for pick value that will take the value of the text box. You have to create an object of this function. Next, after that, you will write here this dot. Keep first alert. Object dot target dot value. Where you call this function, it will take their value. Where you are going to call this function pick value, it will take their value. Object dot target dot value. Now come to the page and call this function pick value. What is saying and how it is going to work here for the text box on change. On change equal to, you will call that function pick value. This dot pick value. This dot pick value. Once you type any character into the text box, alert will come. If you type any character, alert will come. When you type any character, getting alert. If you type any character, alert will come. Now, when the user type character by character, when the user type character by character, that value will go to the state. When the user is typing here character by character, that value will go to the state. Suppose I go here, type here T cam, next say I. Now both will go to the state. M. Three character will go to the state. ME. Now what will happen? Whatever we type, it will go to the state variable. Okay. How it will go? Let's go here, and we have to assign that at this place. Okay, using the this dot set state. This dot set state, and under the set state, you have to call your variable new book colon new book colon object dot target dot value object dot target dot value. Okay, new object dot target dot value. Now, whenever the user will type, character by character will go to the new book. Character by character will go to the new book. Okay. Then from the new book, let's print below. We will understand again what user is typing. Okay, what user is typing. So we can understand that easily. After this paragraph, you write here another paragraph, or maybe write a bold tag inside the bold tag or italic tag, any tag you write. Okay, let me follow here a I tag. Inside the I tag, I will write here you are typing you are typing this dot state dot new book. Just type in the text box. Once you type under the text box, immediately it will display below. It will say you are typing particular. Like we are understanding how we are sending the value to a state. Copy wrote. Now let's come to the browser and see how it is happening. When we type any value here, suppose I'm typing apple. Let's say you are typing apple red imported from right? Whichever we type, it's showing here. Once you click on save button, that value should get added to the list.
How do you click on it? It will write at
You are you type and send to where? When you type, you send to this variable. Which variable? New book. New book only you are printing, you know. You are printing a new book. Okay. Next, after that, now you have to write a function here, save book. Go to the button on click, call the function call this dot save. This dot save. Save function is not exist. We have to write here save function. Ready? Come down. Again, I will write this set state only. Inside the set state, you will take the value from the new book and you will send to the book list. Book list will come here. After that, book list dot this dot state dot book list dot concat this dot state dot ready. Let's come now. Enter the new item name. New name maybe Python. Click on save. Python will get added here. Django. Click on save. Django will get added here. Yes, concat. Same time right here. Message variable change. Message colon book. successfully. Added successfully. Ready? Saving or not? Properly, you are doing a lot of mistake.
Sir,
Sun is going outside, bro.
hello.
Sun is going outside.
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. Working? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so working for you both. Data is saving or not? Data should save.
Yes,
It is just
sir.
data.
While refreshing the page, the data is not
It is
showing.
just storing in the array. Once you reload the page, it will go. To store for the future purpose, we will be learning Redux. Redux. Okay. Redux will not lose the data. Normal React will lose the data. You have to store in API in the backend or you have to store in Redux. Then it will not go. Now if you refresh the page, this will go. It is storing in the array, temporary. So we'll see you tomorrow again. Tomorrow we'll work on delete part as well as how to clear the text box. And then next we'll go for the multi-dimensional array, saving, listing, deleting, everything.